Distracted driving kills 9 Americans every day. Yet a new study found almost half of parents in the U.S. use their cell phones while driving with young children in the car. And get this, 1 in 3 read texts while driving their children. And this study was done at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, surveyed 760 parents and caregivers across the U.S. talking on the cell phone. Half parents admit to it. And the problem is, if this is a child, 4 to 10 years of age, it's easy to almost forget they're hanging out in the back seat. You get distracted, you're on the phone, then a text comes through, and 1 in 3 admitted. Text comes, they're reading it. Distracted driving is just as dangerous
as false sense of security just because they're in their baby seat, all tucked in, strapped in. And that is a false sense of security.
And just 1 in 7 checking social media. I think people don't really understand how, we talk about how dangerous it is all the time, but I don't think people have, really grasped the concept. But according to the U.S. Department of Transportation, the use of cell phones while driving plays a role in 1.6 million auto crashes per year, and that leads to 500,000 injuries and 6,000 deaths.
Okay, but let's look at the individual. When you start looking at a text or sending a text while driving, and you guys can throw numbers out, what do you think your increased risk is in terms of, is it 2 times more? Is it 4 times more? Your increased risk of getting in an accident if you're looking at your phone and checking texts or texting? 10 times? 23 times more likely to get into an accident if you're texting on your phone. Think about that for a moment. A lot of phones, Drew, have now an option.
Like I have it on mine. You're driving the car, I'm not going to give you stuff. And I'm not going to change that. I'm going to leave it.
I also do love the trick that we mentioned a few years ago, which is if you're someone who cannot help yourself and you grab for that phone and it goes ding, put it in the glove compartment and put it away. Get it out of sight, because the most important thing for you, let's say it's a 15-minute drive home from school, the most important thing is just getting home safely with your kids in back.
Yes.
Safe and sound. And it seems so innocuous, but I think people who never even have a glass of wine and drive forget that when they're sending a text, it's very similar.